Hi everyone, it's Lissa. Hope everyone is well. I'm going to continue reading from Facing Fear by the Will for God, and we're on day 2. It's not technically day 2, but I wanted to continue because I have a lot of other readings that I do. So here we go. This one is Acting on Fear. In day 1, we discussed what fear is and what this means to us in our walk with God. We can see that one of the biggest threats that a spirit of fear brings to our walk is taking us outside of God's will. In Genesis, we find the story of Abram, the patriarch of the Jewish nation, who stepped out in faith when called by God, who said to him, "Go from your country and your kindred and your father's house to the land that I will show you." Genesis 12:1. See also Acts 7:3 and Hebrews 11:8. In this act, we see no sign of doubt, only direct obedience and submission. However, after submitting in obedience to God, it is not long before fear enters the picture, disguised in the form of famine. Abram, fearing the famine, leaves the place God has brought him to and settles in Egypt. Read Genesis 12:10-20. Not only does Abraham allow his fear to take him on a detour from the place God called him to, but during this detour, he takes matters into his own hands, forgetting God's promise of protection and provision. He devises a plan where through his wife, Sarai, he gains Pharaoh's favor, and with it, servants and livestock too. That's the problem with us, isn't it? That we keep delaying God's process. I am a testament of that for sure. I am just now really following what he wants for me and his path, and I trust that everything will be okay. Unfortunately, this also meant that Pharaoh took Sarai as his wife. Abram's fear of famine and distrust in God's provision not only led him away from God, but also put his marriage at risk. Yet God remained faithful because of who he is, and he made a way out for Abram and Sarai. When we take matters into our own hands out of fear, we are showing that we trust ourselves more than God's plan for our lives. Big mistake. Why do we do that? The Bible advises against this and tells us to trust him at all times and to pour out our heart before him because God is our refuge. Psalm 62:8. This can be so hard for us because as physical beings, it is easier for us to trust what we see and hard to trust the unseen. Nonetheless, God wants our total trust in him. His word and promises should be our ultimate comfort because taking matters into our own hands dishonors God. Besides, it's not going to turn out well. Are you guilty of trying to take matters into your own hands? Yes. Journal on how you can put that down and give it back to the Lord today. I hope you enjoy this reading and have a blessed day. Bye, guys.